sportsmanship starts with you.
Good sportsmanship means showing respect to student athletes, coaches, officials, and those around you.
Good sportsmanship is about character, accountability,
and setting a positive example in and out of competition.
Before the game starts, remember,
sportsmanship starts with you.
We watch sports to see the unexpected. We play sports to feel something. Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. But our reputation wasn't given to us, it was earned. We are the rising stars, the grinders, the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. From the backyards and backfields to the back rooms and backstage, we put in the work, and we're starting to reap the rewards. We've got events wacky and wild. Big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the essence are silent. Let's go!
Good morning and welcome to the County Soccer Complex in Des Moines, home of the Iowa High School Athletic Association State Soccer Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Here on Field 6, Dar Danielson with you along with Daniel Versteeg for this 3A quarterfinal matchup between, what do we got here, number 2 against number 7. Dallas Center Grimes, the number 2 seed, and number 7 is Storm Lake. And Daniel, it could be an interesting matchup here. You got a number 2 versus number 7. You got Storm Lake, their first time back to the tournament in 5 years. A coach in his first year, longtime assistant coach, though, Roberto Martinez. And he says, hey, we're just happy to be here. We want to play our game and come out here against the number 2 seed.
Well, and like you said, they're just happy to be here. They came into their sub-state as a 3 seed. I mean, there's very rarity you get past the top seed that makes it onto the state tournament in a sub-state, let alone the 3 seed. So, yeah, they had to battle. They had to battle against some tough teams to get here to Des Moines, whereas Dallas Center Grimes was kind of expected to make it here to state. But we know, like we saw throughout the girls' tournament yesterday, like we've seen here in years past of the boys' tournament, you can't take anything for granted down here.
Yeah, and Coach Kyle Lane, he said that. He said, we know, no, it doesn't matter. 2 doesn't matter. Right. We got to play our game. If we play our game, we're confident. But let's take a look here at the road to state for these 2 teams. And as you mentioned, 7-7 Storm Lake, they defeated Lamar's in the sub-state number 1. Raymond Hernandez leading them with 13 goals. 14-4 the record, the sub-state 5 champion for Dallas Center Grimes. They defeated Newton Ben Jackson, leading them with 23 goals, Tate McDermott with 12 goals. So the thing is, you got to play everything just right. Dallas Center Grimes coach said that, yeah, we like to build it up slowly and work it through. Same with the Storm Lake coach. He said, we just want to play our game, not get in a running game with them because they're too big and fast.
Well, and if you get into a running game with Dallas Center Grimes, you're probably going to be out of here before regulation. That's just kind of the way, because not only did they defeat Newton in the sub-state championship game, they smoked. It was 7-0, Dar. I mean, that's a impressive score, and they've put up double-digit goals multiple times this season. They have been blowing teams out of the water. So yeah, if you're expecting to get in a track meet with Dallas Center Grimes, you're probably going to lose that battle more often than not.
Well, it looks like another beautiful weather day out here at County. So if you have a chance to stop on out and watch some soccer, do. If you can't, you can watch here the free coverage of the quarterfinals provided by the IHSAA. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more from the IHSAA State Soccer Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
In Iowa, we are fortunate to have a lot of opportunities to get involved in at our schools.
Athletics and activities have so many positive effects.
From learning how to build relationships
And healthy lifestyles.
And gain self-esteem and confidence.
Make participation a priority. You and your school will benefit.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state soccer tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. And to help celebrate this achievement, the Iowa Farm Bureau provides commemorative soccer balls for each team competing in the state tournament. These keepsakes are a great way for these athletes to remember their experience here, as well as the teammates, coaches, parents, teachers, and mentors who've all played an important role in their journey. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Welcome back to the Boys State Soccer Tournament. We'd like to once again thank the Iowa Farm Bureau for presenting the 2024 IHSAA State Soccer Tournament. As sole title sponsor of the Iowa High School Athletic Association, Farm Bureau recognizes athletic and academic achievement on the field and in the classroom, helping to nurture Iowa's future leaders. Let's take a quick overview of the 3A class here. The number 1 seed Des Moines Hoover and Indianola started off at 10 o'clock. They stagger them here. Then at 10:10 start Norwalk. Number 4 seed, number 5 seed Marion. Number 3 seed Xavier of Cedar Rapids against number 6 seed Cedar Rapids Washington on field 7. And that started about 10 minutes ago. And then we're doing this one here on field 6. Number 2 Dallas Center Grimes against number 7 Storm Lake. So first day is always kind of you spread out. You have a lot of teams playing, a chance to watch a lot of different soccer. And they've alternated the girls and boys tournaments here. And these fields, especially this year, it seems like they're holding up pretty good early. They've had a lot of rain.
Yeah.
And I knew that they do irrigate them too, but everything is looking pretty good, and the weather looks good for this.
It does,
too.
yeah, because we talked about it yesterday a little bit. The weather last year was so stinking hot, and you kind of wondered how the grass was going to do, but I mean, the last week or so, we've had some nice rain showers roll on through, and I think the consensus I heard from some players during warm-ups is that the ball rolls a little bit slower on the grass, but that's something they'll get used to. That's something they'll adapt to as the match goes along.
Yeah, a lot of these teams, especially in the 4A, 3A class, they play on turf.
They do,
throughout the years. Many of the schools you do,
Storm Lake it has turf, and or they have a grass field. I'm sorry, but yeah, a lot of teams in Northwest Iowa, the Missouri River Conference is what I'm more familiar with. They have a lot of turf up there, and so it's not quite a total majority now, but there's enough out there that you get used to turf, and it's kind of tough to adapt the other way.
Dar Danielson, Daniel Versteeg here, and you see the teams and the referees coming out in just a second. We'll get our starting lineups for today's matchup in this Class 3A quarterfinal. Storm Lake here, the number 7 seed and Dallas Center Grimes, the number 2 seed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Iowa High School Athletic Association in the city of Des Moines welcome you to County Soccer Park in the 2024 Boys State Soccer Tournament. This quarterfinal match in Class 3A features the Tornadoes of Storm Lake and the Mustangs of Dallas Center Grimes. Let's meet the players and coaches of both teams. First, for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Tornadoes of Storm Lake. Introducing your non-starters and assistant coaches. Number 2, Patricio Hernandez. Number 8, CC Coe. Number 13, Edgar Duarte. Number 14, Jose de Jesus Hernandez Rosas. Number 15, Marco Gonzalez. Number 16, Javier Nahera. Number 18, Nay Tom. Number 19, Cy D. Number 21, Carlos Garcia. Number 23, Gerardo Perez. Number 24, Saharit Opera. Number 25, Daniel Martinez. And number 29, Ramon Zavala. The assistant coaches are Dario Hernandez Rosas and Daniel Ramirez Sanchez. And now for the home team on the scoreboard, the Mustangs of Dallas Center Grimes. Introducing your all-starters and assistant coaches. Number 0, Adel Islamovich. Number 2, Hudson Heidgerken. Number 3, Miles Hoover. Number 6, Will Harris. Number 10, Wesley Kabamba. Number 12, Jacob Hope. Number 14, Zach Bruck. Number 15, Nick Kessler. Number 18, Drake Resnicki. Number 20, Braxton Baker. Number 22, Stevensky Valeas. Number 23, Ben Pudence. And number 24, Leo Resnicki. The assistant coaches are Caleb Tilstra and Michael Kraus. And now, here's the starting lineup for Storm Lake. A senior, number 3, Francisco Magdaleno. A junior, number 5, Iker Gomez. A senior, number 6, Saul Rosales. A senior, number 7, Luis Martinez. A junior, number 9, Raymond Hernandez. A senior, number 10, Jose Oropeza. A senior, number 11, David Montejano. A freshman, number 12, Alexis Garcia. And a freshman, number 17, Cairo Hernandez. Starting in goal today for the Tornadoes, a senior wearing number 1, Alexis Sanabia Manriquez. The Tornadoes, with a record of 7-7, are coached by Roberto Martinez. And now, here's the starting lineup for Dallas Center Grimes. A senior, number 4, H.A. Angus. A sophomore, number 5, Colin Mondernot. A senior, number 7, Brogan Fuller. A senior, number 8, Tate McDermott. A senior, number 9, Ben Jackson. A senior, number 11, Cyrus Kosravi. A senior, number 13, Jack Every. A senior, number 16, Canton Notterman. A sophomore, number 17, Almin Islamovich. And a senior, number 19, Nathan Scholl, starting in goal. A junior, wearing number 1, Jaden Mendias. The Mustangs, with a record of 14-4, are coached by Colin Lane. Your officials for this game is assigned by the Iowa High School Athletic Association. Your center referee is Mr. Caleb Isle. Your first AR is Mr. Richard Boyack. Your second AR is Mr. Nasser Sananovich. And your fourth official is Mr. Jason McGruder. Gentlemen, the field is yours.
All right, we're about ready to kick off the 2024 Iowa High School Athletic Association State Soccer Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Dar Danielson, Daniel Versteeg, and obviously for Storm Lake, you want a quick start. You don't want a steady start. You don't want to give up early goals and get in a hole early here against the number 2 seed.
Yeah, this is a matchup where the first 10 minutes really matter, especially for Storm Lake. You know, they're coming in here probably with some nerves. Maybe, I would hope not, but maybe there's a little bit of imposter syndrome as being a 3 seed, and Indianola might fall in that same boat as an 8 seed. So, you know, just do what's gotten you here. Obviously, you've had the success you've wanted here in the region tournament. Do what's gotten you here to this point, and for Dallas Center Grimes, they don't really, need to go too far out of their comfort zone. If they want to press it, they can press it and have a lot of success. They've shown that throughout the season.
And obviously DCG, a little bit bigger crowd here, being closer than Storm Lake to make the trip over. So we heard that when the introductions with the crowd.
Still a really nice contingent of Tornado fans, considering the drive you got to take.
The Dallas Center Grimes will be in the black on the left of your screen, Storm Lake in the white on the right of your screen with the black shorts and green lettering there. And looks like Dallas Center Grimes will kick it off to get us started here in the 2024 state tournament. Center referee checking the ARs, checking the timer over there, and he'll give the whistle. We'll be underway with state soccer. Beautiful day out here.
Yeah, we've said that so many times throughout this week, but it is so
the reason
true.
we say that is we've sat here through many hot
yes, we have.
days where you make your own gravy sitting here.
Right, no kidding.
But,
you can cook an egg on your arm from all the sunburn that's happening, And
here we go. There's the whistle underway at the Boys State Soccer Tournament. Dallas Center Grimes, coach says they like to build it up from the back. Here we go. Trying to go up the sideline early. Handled there. Out wide. And
he's offside.
Offside over there right away.
And Storm Lake saw that right away. He saw the defender put the hand up. And
that's one of those quick, maybe early nerves things.
Right.
You're in a hurry to get up the field. Score early.
Adrenaline's running, and you're just a little ahead of the play.
So free kick here for Storm Lake. Boom it up there. Knock down, drop back now to Magdaleno. We'll drop back and set it up. Now up into the middle. Dallas Center Grimes picks it up there, set ahead by Angus. Now they'll drop it back again and build it up. Looks like two similar styles to start with, building up from the back.
Yeah, you can definitely tell both teams really want, they want those runs, and you can only get those built well if you're not, trying to advance too quickly. And both teams are doing a nice job of creating space by backing up and letting the play come to them, really.
Set ahead there by Garcia. They were looking for Hernandez, their leading scorer back there, now handled by the keeper, Manriquez. And he'll boom it up way across the half line. No breeze today, unlike yesterday. So when you get that kick away, there's no impeding it either way from the wind. So it'll be a throw in for Storm Lake on the far side.
And if he had the wind at his back, he could probably put that thing in the back of the net if he wanted to. He's got a cannon back there.
So they throw it in on the far side. Storm Lake knocked out. It'll stay with Storm Lake.
And now we got the extra ball rolling out on the field.
Goes back now. Storm Lake will try to set it up, come back the other way. Cross half line, knocked down by Dallas Center Grimes. Here they go, quickly back the other way. And the flag is up again for offside.
Yeah, and it's not by much. I think just a quick alteration of the timing a little bit. I think they'll be on the same page here really soon. That was maybe a step or two, so they'll get that dialed in here as the match goes along.
So here goes Storm Lake, puts it in play, up the sideline. And now taken away by Dallas Center Grimes. Back to the keeper. Mendias, he sends it up the left side. Dallas Center Grimes going to try it again up that left side. They've had two offside calls here. And Storm Lake may be watching a little bit, too, playing up to try to trap them offside.
Right, and I'm loving the aggressiveness Tornadoes are playing defensively.
Angus dumps it in. Up ahead. Looking for it. Jackson. And, reaching save by the keeper, Manriquez. And that time they get it onside, they attack, but a good save by Manriquez.
Yeah, DCG had a couple opportunities there. They had a look at a one-timer and just couldn't get a real good boot on it.
Now back in the middle with it. Fires across, goal for Dallas Center Grimes. And was that Jackson?
That's what it looks like, I think.
Trying to see here.
Yeah, it looks like Ben Jackson. What a shot. I mean, he was, in the right place at the right time, had a good cross, going to the far post. I mean, just a great first step, and then he just gets into it. And that's what you want out of a captain. He's got the armband for a reason. A guy who's going to take charge. He's got a clean first step, close touch, and
goal number 27 for him on the season.
Just puts it right in the back of the net. Beautiful play all around.
So now Storm Lake will kick off trailing here. Just about 4 minutes in. Well, once they got the offside timing down, it was all right. Here's Dallas Center Grimes. They knock it out of there. Coming over to throw it in, Francisco Magdaleno. He drops it in there to Caro Hernandez. And they'll drop it back, set it up again. Garcia under a little pressure. Magdaleno gets it over. Oropeza, now he'll go right side with it. Sends it a little deep. And here's the thing, they were being patient. You can't panic just because you got down early.
No, because that's going to put you behind the 8 ball without you even doing anything.
Farther,
Yeah, so.
You overreach and.
Yeah, you just got to, continue to stick to your game plan.
Dallas Center Grimes into the middle. Now take it away. Good defense there.
That's Andrew Tanner. What a step on Jackson there.
Now battling for it. Dallas Center Grimes takes it away. Dumps it up over the top.
And he's off.
Offside again. That's the third offside call here already in the first half by Dallas Center Grimes, and that gives Storm Lake a chance to set it up. It's an indirect free kick. That means you got to touch it before it can go into the goal. You can't score directly off it.
Right.
And this far back, that's a good likelihood that somebody else would touch it first. That one just headed out of bounds.
But you can, like you talked with Coach Lane about, they're wanting to go quickly. That's what those offside calls are really the product of. The Mustangs want to hustle quick.
There's a quick shot in. Off there! Keeper will goal! Off the hands of the keeper, Jose Oropeza ties it up.
Well, sometimes, Dar, you'd rather be lucky than good. He puts it on frame, and that just took a funny hop.
Yeah.
It kicked up a lot more than the keeper was expecting, Mendias, and he just benefits from it. Storm Lake, that might be the one they need just to have the confidence for the rest of this match.
Just 2 minutes, and they score and even it up here. Dallas Center Grimes into the middle, knocked out of there. Coming up is Angus, gets it into the middle. Now they'll send it back over. Jackson does. Set it outside. Lob it toward the keeper. He'll take it. Alex Sanabia, Mark Manriquez. And that has lit up the crowd here
man.
on the Storm Lake
Yeah,
side.
we did not have to wait long for both teams to get into this one, that's for sure.
Storm Lake trying to run down that deep kick. They do on the far side. And had enough power on it. That was a thing to get through there and off the hands of the keeper.
Yeah, and it was only because of that power that it took such a funky hop. I mean, if that doesn't have enough on it, the hop isn't as big. It doesn't, skirt by the keeper. It goes right into his arms, and it was a well-placed shot. It can't go in the goal unless you put it on frame. So, and Oropeza did that.
Here comes Storm Lake back. Oropeza, that's his 6th goal of the season for Storm Lake. Now back the other way. And nice slide to kick that out by Magdaleno.
Yeah, playing the ball well. That's a great tackle and one that was stopping a little bit of a run there from DCG.
So both teams have found the net early here in this one. Headed back by Garcia. Now the chase on here. And sliding in and sending it ahead. Dallas Center Grimes. Now Oropeza kicks it outside. Here's Angus. Angus goes down to the corner. Finds his man, Monderdock. Monderdock sends it to the middle. Goal! Off the rebound. A one-touch in for Dallas Center Grimes.
A perfect cross, and it was put on the left foot there. It looks like Jackson once again who finds the back of the net. As we see this
right to the corner, you're right.
This cross goes right onto the left foot there, and a perfect volley into the back of the net. That is pretty much an unsavable shot.
Yeah.
And boy, how about the start for Ben Jackson? Gets a couple of goals, puts the Mustangs back on top.
Goals number 27 and 28. How will the Tornadoes respond here? They did after the first goal.
Can it really be? We've only played 8.5 minutes.
I know, it's only 8 minutes in, and we're already up. It's 2-1 score here.
What a match we're in for, though. I'm just impressed with how Storm Lake is still, hanging with DCG and their ability to run quickly.
That one gets through. Coming down the line. And they have to get the fans to move back. Some of the Dallas Center Grimes girls watching here got a little in front of the line. Now inside, moving through, and smothers the shot there by Monderdock. Is the keeper, Manriquez. Well, here comes Storm Lake trying to turn it back the other way. They got down, came back, now down again. A lot of action in the first early goal in here.
You could say that again, Dar. My goodness.
Oh, here's Storm Lake. 3-on-3. Now they move it ahead. Pushed up. Lobbed up to Khosravi, and there's a foul going to be called. And
they are going to card him right away.
For Oropeza. So he'll have to go out.
And some may see that as kind of an early card, but if you watch this replay, this is a clear takedown. He got him around the shoulder, and you just can't do that. It's a good call, and I
send an early message.
It is.
We can be physical, but we're going to play within the rules.
It's got to be clean physicality, which it's a tough line, but it can be drawn, and our official doing that there.
So it'll be a free kick here. A.J. Angus set to take it. Booms the right foot right up over the top. Headed back by Storm Lake. They clear it out from in front of the goal. Now trying to turn it. And kicked out by A.J. Angus.
Nice touch there by Iker Gomez. He was the one who was able to head that out because that through ball had a good chance, Dar.
Well, we get a substitution here. In comes that's Edgar Duarte, the sophomore coming in. He'll do the throw in down the line. Finds Cairo Hernandez. Hernandez wins his way through traffic. Hernandez across the half. Still has it now taken away, but a foul called on DCG.
And it's just a little too much leg and trying to play the ball away, and it sets up Storm Lake. They can run a set piece off this now.
Yep. Set to kick it. Just inside the half. Let's see where they decide to do. We're going to boom it in toward the goal. Luis Martinez will kick it. And he does. Boom straight toward the goal, and that's going to go wide.
Yep. And he had numbers down on that 18 box. They were ready to run in, but
if he's a little farther in, maybe they can get ahead on that, or
just
a
maybe,
one-touch foot, but just a little wide that goes to a goal kick. Here's Dallas Center Grimes once again. They're in the black, up ahead. Ooh, over the head there.
Oh.
Sneaks through. Trouble coming up. The keeper comes out. Goal is open. Goal! Dallas Center Grimes. Looks like Jackson again.
How about a first half hat trick for Ben Jackson?
Well, and the keeper came out, Manriquez.
Yeah, look, I mean, the keeper's way out here. He's got to play this perfectly. Jackson just gets it by him and puts it into the wide open net. And what a first half for Ben Jackson, a hat trick, and there's only been 12 minutes played.
Normally Manriquez, you'd think he'd come out and smother that. It just took a little bad hop on him, and then he had an open net.
And Dar, that's one of those split-second decisions. Yeah. If you make it correctly, it looks great. If you're just even a fraction of a second off, that's what's going to happen. It's such a quick decision a keeper has to make.
And the good through ball, too. That puts the pressure on.
Put it right there, too. It was in no man's land.
How will Storm Lake respond here? This one is going to go out, and it'll be a throw for Storm Lake. But Jackson now, with 29 goals on the season, the hat trick here early.
Mm-hmm. And you can tell why he's pushing 30 goals now on the season.
And he is the leading scorer in 3A coming in.
Yes, he's been having a great year, and just proving again why he's got the armband, why he's got all those goals, as he's got a hat trick in 12 and a half minutes.
Hernandez sends it outside. Here's Storm Lake trying to respond now, down 2 goals. It's still early, though. We still have 27 minutes to play in this first half, so nothing to panic about yet.
Yeah, you are not totally out of it yet if you're Storm Lake. There's still over an hour of soccer to play.
Monderdock pushing it in. Monderdock takes it by the defender. Monderdock across the goal, and it's wide. Wow, just missed it. As he sent that across, and it just goes wide.
Yeah, that was a great ball, and it was put right on that outside post and just couldn't quite tuck it inside. It looked like that was Tate McDermott, the another senior captain for DCG. But, the volume of opportunities the Mustangs are getting right now just suggests that.
Well, and one thing Storm Lake is finding, there's a lot of speed among those Mustangs. I mean, they're running like Mustangs right now.
No kidding.
When they get back there, you got to drop back quickly on defense. Now, trying to build it up again here. Up ahead. Take it away by McDermott. He'll drop it back. Big boomer. They're going to dump it in again. Looks like he's onside. Comes up. Jackson. To the keeper. Right to the knocks it down. Now comes back out and smothers it. Good job there to get it down that time by Manriquez.
Yeah, I love the hustle from Kozravi there to be ready for a rebound. That he knows how strong Jackson's foot is, and even if it's put on the keeper, it's not going to be smothered right away. That had a good chance, but a nice recovery there for Storm Lake.
This one goes all the way back to Mendias, the keeper for Dallas Center Grimes. They'll now work it up slowly. They've been on the fast break, dumping it over the defense and racing to it here. Now Jackson up in the middle, but knocked out of there. Good defense by Martinez. Luis Martinez comes up. Dallas Center Grimes gets it back. Monderdock Sends it in for Jackson. Jackson cuts it back across. Tried to go left foot, knocked out of there by the defender. Good job. Here's Angus. Angus going down. He has it kind of blocked and then shot back out of there. Oh, took a bad hop there as Hernandez was coming in. Cairo. And that ball kind of skipped on him a little bit.
What I want to see the Tornadoes play here is just some possession soccer. Keep control, get something built.
Up. Yeah, slow down the fast break of DCG a little bit.
Exactly.
Get a shot because they did it early. You're right.
Yeah, get their legs back. Get things under control, and if they can maybe get a steal here and possess it back, they can get right back in it.
And spread out, make some passes too.
Absolutely. Yeah, you gotta spread this DCG team. They're running all over you.
Now back the other way. DCG, and that one's going to go long and out the back for a goal kick for DCG.
Yeah, sometimes DCG can be too fast.
Yeah.
And that was
we saw that early with
the offsides.
3 offsides.
So, yeah, there's a happy medium, and DCG found it with their 3 goals, and they've had another 2 strong opportunities outside of those.
And he called a handball there, I think, maybe on the far side, so it'll be kick for Storm Lake. And it'll be the free kick just inside the half for Storm Lake. They're going now, if you get it into the box, maybe get a head on it. Here it comes in there on the ground, and Dallas Center Grimes clears it out of there. Running back over, Alexis Garcia dumps it in. Nice pass into the feet. Now here's Storm Lake trying to work it. Taken away by Dallas Center Grimes. Up ahead. Working it back. And I'm going to say a foul behind the play.
Yeah,
I think it was a late challenge they called behind the play.
Right.
After he released it.
And that's one of those. I'm kind of shocked Storm Lake didn't get the advantage there. And
well, he might have looked at that and said, but because it did get up too.
Sure.
And here's the free kick again, coming down the middle, into the box, headed back in, smothered Mendiaz. Man, there was a lot of traffic he had to look through there.
Yeah,
but a good look by Storm Lake.
Very good look. Yeah, Hernandez got Cairo Hernandez got a head on it and had a chance to redirect it. Just maybe not enough power behind it to sneak it past Mendiaz.
Ball down, Storm Lake falls down, but no call. Play on. Ooh, good stepping in, taking it away is Montejano. Storm Lake seemed to have slowed him a little bit here. Off the sideline to Moderdock. Now back. Now here's where DCG is. They're playing it patient.
Yeah, and because they don't, it'd be nice if they could score a couple goals. I'm sure they would love it. But at this point, the pressure is not on them.
No.
And it's really not on Storm Lake either. But, as the game goes along, they'll start to have a little bit more pressure.
Now here's DCG. Stops, looks. Defenders collapse. Take it away.
They track me down. I got to figure it out.
Here we go. Still working on the left side. Now set out of there. Allow everybody to reset.
That's a great recovery by Storm Lake. It was Brogan Fuller there on the run on that left side, and just kind of took an awkward touch there in the box, and that allowed Storm Lake to catch up, and they recovered nicely to set up on defense.
Looks like Oropeza coming back in. He got that yellow card and had to go out for a while.
And, yeah, he's got Storm Lake's only goal as well, so it's nice to have him back on the pitch.
He comes back in there now. Let's play a little more careful with one yellow. You get the next one, and you're out for the rest of the match here.
And if Storm Lake were to win, he'd be out for the semis as well. So you don't want to chance that.
Our first corner of the day looks like for Dallas Center Grimes. They'll set up on the far side. And let's see how they work it. Bends it back toward the right side, a little beyond the goal, still up there in the middle. Headed back, trying to run it down. Monternock gets a foot on it. Now back out. Over the far side, it's going to go out and stay with Dallas Center Grimes. Throw it in quickly, and that'll be another corner the other way here for Dallas Center Grimes.
Yeah, we're just seeing the effect of the speed of DCG. It's forcing Storm Lake to just have to collapse on everything. They got to pressure every ball handler, and that allows for deflections and these opportunities in the corner.
Setting up to take the corner is Tate McDermott. This one is going to send wide back. He'll head it around, and that one goes up over the net for Dallas Center Grimes.
And good opportunity. I mean, these crossing passes, whether it's from a corner or whether it's on runs, whatever it may be, they are near perfectly placed. Storm Lake's had to play some really good defense on the crosses that have not resulted in goals. Yeah. They've played some outstanding defense just to keep it a 2-goal game.
Luis Martinez brings it up, and then a deep boot down there. I don't know if that's so much what they want, but work it up again.
Yeah, flip the field in some way. It can't hurt, I think, all things considered.
Nope.
No, that's going to hurt.
Yep. Yeah. Saul Rosales goes back. Keeper comes out. Booms it up the sideline. Oh, nice drop in there to Hernandez. He'll send it to the middle. Storm Lake now. Trying to work something to get back in it here. And that'll go out to Dallas Center Grimes. 18 minutes to play first half. Man, it seems like we played a half already with all the scoring and action we've had.
How there's still 20 minutes of this half almost to play. We had an entire match's worth of action in, 12 minutes, Dog?
Yeah.
My goodness.
And Storm Lake trying to stay in it. They'd like to get one back maybe here. Now here comes Oropeza. He tells everybody to go toward the goal. Now into the middle. Oh, gets just by him. Coming up. And now DCG, they have numbers up top. Monternock sends it up ahead. Over to, good defending there, knocks it down, is Luis Martinez. Now into the middle, sets up right toward the middle, shot through there, but Manriquez, Sanabia Manriquez, able to see through the traffic and get that one into his stomach.
And Jack Every on the shot there. That was a great first touch to control it, settle it down to his feet, and he got exactly the boot on it that he wanted.
DCG setting it back up here. Storm Lake trying to wrest control here. That one gets through. DCG seems to be so good with those through passes over the defense.
Yeah, and crosses, through passes, whatever. Their lead balls are really on target.
Into the middle, now outside, Monternock. Monternock, one-on-one there. Looks to cross it through and just over. That shot was almost too hard as it ricochets off.
There's Coach Ravi there on the volley. I mean, again, though, that's where you want it. I mean, that's as quick a 1-2 cross volley to the front of the net as you can ask for. And again, that's another undefendable shot.
Yeah, and Coach Ravi, I don't hit him on the knee, but it's hard enough that it pops straight up, But if it doesn't, that's going to go right down into the goal.
Exactly, yeah. The only defense for that shot is that it's off target because there's no way you're stopping it.
Hernandez knocks it out, and now Angus will throw it in. Goes down the line there. Now trying to keep control. Dallas Center Grimes up in the middle to McDermott. He'll drop it back as they reset. And Storm Lake crowd trying to get a chant going, trying to get the team going a little bit. They responded after the first goal, but it's been a couple straight goals now by Dallas Center Grimes. This one through the middle, ricochets off, sets up in front of that goal again. Headed in there by McDermott. Now back out. This is a deep shot that's going to go hit the fence, almost made it into the parking lot, but we'll see another substitution here for the Tornadoes. Looks like Cy D is coming in.
Well, and you know, Dar, I can understand the fans maybe getting a little restless here. We've gone a whole 14 minutes
without a score.
Without a goal. What are we going to do, Dar?
We had 4 in the first 12, and now things have just slowed down to regular soccer speed. Yeah.
Yeah, regular match now. Who would have thunk it?
You got your money's worth in the first 12, and now you got to sit back and rest. But, yeah, they just Storm Lake. Another goal will be big here for the half anyway. Just trim it down to 1. And so far they've been holding off the charge because it seemed like for a bit there DCG scoring at will those last 2 goals.
The last 2 came bang, bang, and Storm Lake just didn't have an answer there. Now they're starting to settle in. Unfortunately, it might be a little too late, but we'll see how the match progresses.
Now they lob it outside to Mondernock. Mondernock trying to keep it in.
And it will be a corner.
Another corner. The third corner here of the first half for DCG. And looks like Tate McDermott coming over to take that corner. One of the captains here. Coming across, headed,
right on frame.
Extends right out, yeah. Alexis Sanabia Enriquez with the stop there. Right at him, but he had to put the arms up.
Yeah, and like we saw on the other end, if you put a ball on frame, it's got a chance to go in, and it's just a nice play by Manriquez in goal.
Now here's Storm Lake trying to build up something. DCG defense comes up though, pressuring. Now they take it outside. They like to go up that left side and then bring it back to the middle. On the run on the outside, coming in, knocked away. Storm Lake's looking a little tired right now. The defensively, the back half has been on their heels a lot. Oropeza through the middle. Dumps it over outside. Trying to run it down, battling over there. And it's going to go out on the far side, and Cairo Hernandez will throw it in.
And he's given good minutes.
That's a corner, isn't it?
It looks like it's going to be a corner, yeah.
I thought it was a throw-in, but they say it went out.
I thought so, too.
It's a corner kick, the first one here for Storm Lake in the first half.
All right, got to capitalize now. See if you can make something happen.
Well, it looks like
Oropeza
is going to come over and take it.
Yeah, I was going to say Cairo Hernandez has given some good minutes, but I like him more in the middle here with Oropeza on the cross.
Here it comes. Heading, Bo goes behind the net. He was trying to sneak it around.
Yeah,
but
and the tighter you get it on net, the better opportunity you might have to sneak one past the keeper.
Patricio Hernandez, a junior, coming in for Storm Lake. Now Dallas Center Grimes will turn it around.
Yeah, this might be
Saul
a yellow.
Rosales got up in the air and realized he wasn't going to get it, and so then he gets a yellow for the handball. Second yellow.
Yeah, and that's just a tough break. He mistimed his jump and tried to get away with it. Yeah, that's there's no malintent behind that.
Well, but technically he was stopping the ball from going down to the corner, so that's why you get the yellow, stopping a promising attack.
Right. By rule, it is a yellow card. It just makes it sound a lot worse.
Yeah, I know. It's just a reaction. It's going to go wide and out for a goal kick. That was dangerous for a second there. And now Jackson coming back in after getting a rest. He has all 3 of the DCG goals here in the first half.
Man, that's a scary sight for Storm Lake. Yeah. He's back on the pitch.
And he's rested.
Yeah, exactly.
A few minutes to rest the legs. Of course, when you hit those goals, they get adrenaline rush anyway.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you get another second or third or fourth wind in this case.
Oropeza working it, drops it back to Martinez. Now back up. Oropeza gets by the defender, shoots it up. Here's Storm Lake. He'd like nothing more than to get a goal, at least one goal here before the half to cut that lead in half. DCG scored first. Storm Lake responded about 2 minutes late. Oh, about a minute later it was. Trying to direct it. And this one through on the run. Nick Kessler rather was going on the run for DCG, but ball intercepted. Up ahead, Oropeza now in the middle. He sneaks it in there, now gets it back.
Good give and go.
Up ahead, he slips and falls on the way in. Ooh, right off the chest there of Saidi.
Seems none the worse for the wear.
No.
Took it in stride.
Of course, he's not going to, with the crowd watching, he's not,
Yeah,
he's just going to, no problem. I flex that right off my chest, not a problem at all.
You and I would be on the couch for a week after that.
But I'm an old guy now.
Right.
That was when I was still refereeing, that was the worst thing. You
Yeah.
A young kid would turn and blast one right at you.
You're right.
Like, oh!
And then they look at you like you're the problem.
Yeah. Now dumps it over. He's onside, and now it's going to go off for a corner. So the 4th corner here of the first half.
Yeah, and DCG kind of slowed down their pace a little bit because they thought Jackson got fouled there. There was a slide. He kind of tumbled over him. It looked like Storm Lake was playing the ball. So
Tate McDermott coming back over to take the corner. They've had 4 corners. They've been defended well by Storm Lake so far here. McDermott set to go. Right foot. Going to go deep over the goal. Now up through the middle. Ooh. Oh, diving stop by Manriquez.
Boy, what a rifle. AJ Angus gets a boot on that one.
Yeah, and that was coming in hot, and it was dropping as it came in.
The most impressive thing on a bouncing ball like that is to get over the top of it so you can line drive it.
And
you don't airmail it. And Angus did that. He got a boot on that one.
And then for the keeper to get it and keep it from ricocheting off.
Yeah, great job all around.
7 minutes now to play. Storm Lake. Gone about 20 minutes now without any scoring.
It feels so long, Don.
Yeah,
I can't take it.
After that first start, here's DCG turn and right into the easy scoop up for Sanabia Manriquez. He gets it out. Oropeza sends it up to the right side.
Yep.
And that's going to go against Storm Lake.
Ooh.
I kind of thought it might be the other way.
I thought so too.
But I think he kind of undercut him.
Oh, but DCG going quick.
Up in the middle. And laying there, but everybody's down. And they're going to call that a corner.
I think we're going to end up with a corner on the far side there. Yeah, that was interesting because DCG just set it down, worked quickly into a free kick, and had the run, but Sanabia Manriquez does a great job of coming out and stopping that run before it could even do anything.
Far corner, McDermott, this time over on the other side. Let's see if he tries to bend this one in. Nope, just a little short one, gets it back. Now we'll take it back through the middle, dumps it in there, and into the defense. Oropeza sends it back out.
Numbers.
1-on-1. Now DCG are running back. Here comes Storm Lake, and they get it back to the keeper, who just has to clear it out of there. Do we have a
card? Yep. Yeah, they're going to say the run there by Hernandez was too aggressive into the keeper there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got there late trying to deflect the ball, and obviously he was on a full sprint, and by that point he just couldn't stop his momentum in time and went right into the keeper.
Well, yeah, but it's up to you to either veer off or pull up, because my toughest call always was when that keeper came out and then he dove with the ball, or she dove with the ball late. Then you got to determine, who's
in the wrong,
and who's in the wrong. So now Storm Lake down here toward their last third. They're going to get a substitution quick here. That'll be Marcos Montejano coming back in. And Francisco Magdaleno will throw it in. Storm Lake, can they hold him, trap him in there? Over to Oropeza. Oropeza trying to keep it alive. Gets by the defender. Now sends it outside. Crowd wants some foul on a bumping, but now sneak it into the middle. Still at it. Kick it back. Headed through there by Martinez, but DCG keeps possession. Up the sideline we go is Kessler. Kessler leaves it off for Angus. Defenders come in, and it'll stay with DCG. Under 4 minutes to play here. Storm Lake does not want to give up another goal and go into halftime down 3.
And kind of odd to see Jackson out there on the sideline. He was kind of running the crossing out there. He's back in the middle now.
McDermott sends it over, just over the head, looking for his man on the far side.
Yeah, he had to kick that one with his outside foot and just put a little too much on it.
Yeah, he was looking to go over there to Jose Rojas. Storm Lake looked like a promising attack there, and then Dallas Center Grimes just turned it around and dumped it over them. And that's one thing they do when Storm Lake gets compact into the front half, then they just dump it over. Now here on the breakaway again to take it away.
And that's got to be a tough pill to swallow there for DCG. They had the numbers. All they had to do was kind of possess it cleanly. Here they come again.
Back again the other way. Fired high and over. And into the pickup in the parking lot. And now DCG will drop it back. Approaching 2 minutes to play first half. And then a push call.
Well, here's an opportunity now for Storm Lake. Right before the half is when you can maybe take some momentum in there. And even if you don't get a goal, if you get a good chance, that can do a lot for you heading into the next 40.
Or a Pezza right up there in the middle. Let's see if they try to dump it up in there. No, they're going to go deep with it. Now that's a little too much.
Yeah,
I'd like to see maybe drop it in the box.
Take a little bit off of that, and that's a great ball. With where your runs are starting and things like that. But, you're not going to accomplish much playing it all the way down to the 6-yard box at that point.
.118 to play, first half. DCG. Long kick. Kessler up there. Kessler runs it down, but it's going to be knocked out. It'll stay with DCG. Here comes Angus down to throw it in. Gets it in there.
Remains in the first half.
As you heard a minute to go. Here's McDermott in there. He has it taken away. Or Pezza can't keep possession. It goes out to Storm Lake now. Can they get it up the field quickly and get a shot on goal before the end of the half? Let's see.
They have to make some quick progress if they are. Yeah, there's no movement here.
Magdaleno's saying move. Everybody's just standing around.
Yeah, and he just kind of kept walking up the sideline, and he's understandably frustrated that his team's not really helping him get free here.
Taken away quickly by McDermott. McDermott back.
And good drop off.
Yep, gets it to Angus. Angus sends it toward the goal.
8, 7, 6.
You hear the countdown.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Well, that'll end the first half. Quite a wild first half. And DCG will go into the halftime up 3-1. We'll take a break. You're watching free coverage of the quarterfinal action provided by the Iowa High School Sports Athletic Association. And we'll be right back with a talk about what happened in the first half, if I can get the words out here this morning. I did have my coffee this morning.
I'm surprised.
Let's take a break. We'll be back with more after this.
We've got a phenomenal staff, and they're very committed to not just our 360 some schools, but the 70,000 male athletes that we provide programs for. That's what we try to keep in focus as much as possible, and that keeps us going. That's the fuel that kind of makes that train run.
Been with the Athletic Association 22 years, currently one of the assistant directors under Mr. Keating, and serve in the capacity working with our student outreach services, and also am the bowling administrator, former golf administrator, and then work with our corporate sponsors and advertisers with regard to association publications, website.
So currently I'm the administrator for football, swimming, and track and field. As part of that, it's helping schools and officials with rules interpretations, organizing the state events at our different venues, communicating with officials, hiring officials, and assigning officials for the postseason competition.
I'm the director of officials, and then I'm also the sport administrator for wrestling and golf.
I help manage all the officials in the state of Iowa, make sure they're fully registered and have all their stuff completed prior to the season's beginning and the postseason.
Right now I oversee the administrative sports of basketball and soccer.
So assistant director here at State Association. I'm a sports administrator for cross country, tennis, and baseball. I do our student advisory group, and I'm one of the 3 directors that helps with eligibility.
I am an administrative assistant here at the Iowa High School Athletic Association. I help out with the enrollment in beds and participation survey and the co-op sharing agreements for schools.
My position's evolved because our communication method has switched completely online from a print or driven organization that had its own print shop to now ADs online, supers online, fans online, parents online, students online. Everybody wants to see everything, so our website became our priority. Social media exploded because it had to. We've had to digitize our operations, and so as communications director, that means coming up with a lot of new things and new ways to do things.
Internal employee type things, benefits, payrolls, things like that. I do the internal financial statements.
I assist in the accounting department, so I assist Jess as the director of finance. So I deal with all our accounts receivables and our accounts payables, and I am also assisting her with the online ticketing program, Hometown Ticketing.
I specialize kind of in the student leadership realm and help Chad with some of his workshops and registration behind the scenes. I line up meals at tournaments, hotel rooms, that kind of thing for our board. I'm just kind of the one that learns a little bit of everything and helps wherever I can.
I do all the design work, and then of course print the programs and anything else that needs printed.
I think my primary roles are vision. Where do we want to go? What do we want to be to our schools and our young people? Also be the public face of the Athletic Association, be the connection between this office and the general public.
I think people often have a misconception of how many people are in this building. I mean, even people in Boone don't understand, no, there's only 14 of us.
When you're a staff of our size, we've got to work together. You can't be in a silo, just kind of hunker down on your part of this. We've got to bounce things off of each other. We have to collaborate. We've got to share ideas, and we've got to jump in and help where we're needed. We've got a leadership meeting every week, and we make sure we go through everything and anything that we should be discussing and trying to figure out how are we going to do this. We have a lot of fun doing what we're doing. Why wouldn't we? We're around sports all day.
For me, it's important because I feel like I'm helping a child. I have a child with high anxiety, and this makes a difference to a child like her. And so it's really cool to be a part of that.
But when the other states look at us and see the programs that we run, see how we run them, I think they say, Iowa does it pretty well.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision, to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
Welcome back here to County Soccer Stadium in Des Moines. The quarterfinals here, free to view on the IHSAA. IHSAA is proud to be able to highlight student athletes in schools in an easy and accessible way with production for the Central Iowa Sports Network. In the person of Dar Danielson here and Daniel Versteeg. And wow, we had a wild and woolly first half, Daniel. Let's talk about that. DCG 35-54 to go, just about 4 minutes in. Jackson for Ben Jackson got his first goal to put DCG up 1-0. Then about 34 minutes, about a minute later, Oropeza had one that he blew in there, powered it by the keeper off his hands, and it was 1-1. Then about 2 minutes later, Jackson with his other goal. That was kind of on a breakthrough fast break one, and then Jackson got the hat trick with 28-21 to go. So in that first 12 minutes or so, we saw 4 goals, and DCG had 3 of them. And then things kind of slowed down a little bit. Thankfully for Storm Lake, they kept DCG off the board, although they had a few times, and they started to build a little bit, but they couldn't quite get their offense going against this stout DCG defense.
Yeah, I think they'll be able to take some positives heading into the second half, though, because they did start to, advance the ball, get into the attacking half of the pitch, and that's really what they need. They need to build some momentum, and they were able to do that, I think, to finish the first half.
The biggest problem is once Storm Lake pushes up, DCG can throw it over the top and they can counter so quickly. Right. They have so much speed up there that they dump the long pass in between, and they're playing it pretty good. They drop it in ahead of the goalkeeper so they can get up there and get on it, and then it's a race to the ball.
Yeah, and they're winning that race.
Yeah, they won it a couple times because, they had 5 corners and they didn't score on any of those set pieces. 1 corner for Storm Lake there in the first half, but defensively, Storm Lake has managed, when they get them bunched up in front of the goal, to help keep that out of the way.
Yeah.
We had that one that was a nice little cross in there that went off high, but
and to your point, Storm Lake has done a much better job of recognizing those runs. They're shutting them down a lot quicker, and they're not turning into goals like we saw in the first 12 minutes of the first half here today. So that's a nice adjustment by the Tornadoes.
Let's do this. We'll take a quick break, and come back with more after this. You're watching the Boys State Soccer Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go! Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home.
Back here at the 2024 State Soccer Tournament presented by the Iowa High School Athletic Association. We want to take the opportunity to thank all the volunteers and individuals that make this and every IHSAA state tournament possible. The IHSAA is made up of 15 full-time staff members, and we want to thank all the staff and the volunteers who have helped out here at this tournament. And we're just about ready to get the second half started. DCG will kick off. You'd like to, best of all worlds, you'd like to come out early and attack and get a goal and cut the lead to half right away.
Right, that's Storm Lake's goal here. But again, we mentioned it there right after the first 12 minutes where we had 4 goals. There's still plenty of soccer left. I mean, they're playing their game well. They've been able to start defending, and they've been stopping the bleeding. And now if they can, get some control, get some sustained runs and attacks at the net, they're going to start getting on the board here in the second half.
All right, Dar Danielson, Daniel Versteeg, Randy at the keyboard, Rachel on the camera, and we're ready to go for the second half here of the 3A quarterfinal. Winner advances to play Friday at 1 o'clock at Drake Stadium against the winner of Xavier and Cedar Rapids, Washington. And an all Cedar Rapids matchup on that one. Here's Storm Lake starting it off. They're in the white. DCG in the black. Knocked down there. They would like nothing more than to get control and keep the ball in their half here. DCG booms it up ahead. Headed toward the middle. Handled there by Oropeza. Now into the middle to Montano. They're trying to work it around. Oropeza will drop it back. Sent ahead by Perez. Now Angus tries to get it through. He does. McDermott crossed the goal and sliding save away by
that was Alexis Garcia.
Garcia, yeah.
Great job. He was right in the crossing lane, and a nice job to turn that pass away.
So the first corner kick here by DCG. Once again, it's McDermott who will take the corner. Bends this one in, headed around, and goal by DCG. I think that was Brogan Fuller. He got the head on it. We'll see.
Yeah, looks like Fuller. He's getting a lot of the dap up right now, so that appears to be a Brogan Fuller goal. There was a lot of bodies that got to touch on this ball. So again, a nice cross right in front of the net. Yeah, and I think Fuller just kind of pinches it off the keeper there.
Well, he's got about 6 inches height on everybody, and off the top of that red hair, right into the goal.
That was and again, that's just being at the right place at the right time. It's not the most pretty goal necessarily, but
and
it gets the job done.
Saw him bend it inside to the net this time. They've been going outside. Brogan Fuller, let's see, that would be goal number 7 for him on the season. And it's a quick score here to start the second half, and that puts DCG up 4-1. So now Storm Lake just got to settle down, get to work, and see if they can get a goal going.
It's so tough with the speed of DCG. You find yourself on your heels more often than not.
And then, too, once you get down and you have a little cushion, the defenders can be a little more reckless out there, if you say that. There's a push
Yeah, Fuller, a little arm bar into the back of.
But they can move around a little bit, and if they make a mistake, they don't have to worry quite so much
Right.
because they have that 3-goal cushion here.
Yeah, exactly. And then DCG's playing as loose as can be now, and Storm Lake with the pressure, they might be tightening things up a little bit, and so it just kind of all leads one thing into another there.
Gerardo Perez getting ready to kick it, the senior. Big booming kick toward the middle, headed back. And now DCG gets control. Send it up to Jackson on the far right side. Now up the middle, on the breakaway, one-on-one into the keeper. Straight on frame there, so Manrique able to handle that. Now back the other way. Kessler gets it off into the feet, but gets too much.
I'm just utterly baffled, Dar, by the amount of opportunities DCG gets. It seems like a man up every time. It's 6 on 5 or something like that. They always seem to have numbers.
It just seems like they, it's like basketball. They go from defense to offense so quickly and up the floor.
It's such a quick transition, and you just don't see it. It just happens in the blink of an eye. It seems like.
Now up the sideline. There's Fuller again, and we're going to have a push call. That's going to go against Fuller. He's like, what, me? But I think he got that arm out.
I am honestly a little shocked he didn't pick up a card there. That was the second time he'd been called for something like that this half.
And then Storm Lake fans hold their breath. Well, that'd be a PK if, but. Here comes Storm Lake trying to drop it back. Here we go. Looks like they get something going. Now into the middle. Drop it back to Oropeza. Oropeza through the defenders. Dumps it ahead. And no! Just a great reaction by Mendiaz.
And here they go with that quick transition again, Dar. They're already in the attacking third.
And Hernandez, just his hands on his head. It was so close to him getting a shot. Now back the other way. And they kick it out for a corner. But you're right, Before you even say he saved it, they're back off down the other end.
And it was a great save, all things considered, too. I mean, he went into a slide to smother the ball, but then, like you said, Hernandez had that last tap, and so at the last second, some full extension from Mendiaz, and he was able to tuck that back in and stop the opportunity.
So here's McDermott. The last corner ended up on a goal by Fuller. This one bends inside a little short and is headed out of there. Now Storm Lake trying to turn it, and it goes off Storm Lake. Cairo Hernandez right there. Here's Edgar Duarte up to throw it in. Gets it in there, now they drop it back. Oropeza looks to the defense, sends it into the middle. They cross the half line. Storm Lake. And their offense is a slow building up offense, which is a little tougher when you're trying to come from down.
And especially at a 3-goal margin, too. That's a lot of time, and at that point, you almost kind of have to be perfect. You can't squander too many opportunities.
There we go down the sideline. Knocked up. Oh, headed back in nice. Oropeza comes over. He drops it back. Big booming shot toward the keeper. Oh, he knocks it out of there. Back up into the middle, trying to get control. Here comes Fuller, Brogan Fuller. And this one's going to go back over, up into the
And
crowd.
the bleachers.
Please return all soccer balls.
Yes, exactly.
That's the thing you hear in the summer for baseball and softball.
Baseball.
Don't hear much for soccer, but
Do we get a candy bar from the concession stand too? I mean,
bring it back? Yeah, they do that at some places, don't
Yep,
they?
absolutely.
Ticket for a hot dog or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe a little pop.
Boom the other way for Storm Lake. It goes out. It'll go back to DCG on the throw. Here comes Canton Naderman to throw it in. DCG on the far side now. And here's where now, they can be patient. Fast break not there. They could slow it down, burn some clock, take their time. Now here's Storm Lake. Oropeza drops it back there to Perez. Back up to Oropeza. He's the guy in the middle that kind of makes things go. They're trying to push that defense back. Knocked away, still going. Here's Fuller with it. DCG, drop it back again, being real patient. Up down the outside. Turns. Left footer, goal!
And that's McDermott.
McDermott does the backflip.
And what an effort by McDermott. He just worked his way in, takes the drop off, and he's from right on the PK spot there, Dar. I mean, that's as much a gimme as you can ask for with the spacing he got from Storm Lake and the backflip to top it all off. I mean,
McDermott with 13 goals now. He's the third leading scorer behind Jackson and Kozravi. Jackson got the hat trick in the first half. Now we'll see a substitution here on the kickoff for Storm Lake. It'll be Javier Najera coming back in for Storm Lake. Down 5-1 now.
and in case you were wondering, it looks like Cedar Rapids, Washington has taken a 1-0 lead on that other quarterfinal. Of course, the winner of that one will get this match's winner.
On Friday. What I was looking at Friday could be a little dicey weather-wise, I think, isn't it?
There's a little bit of rain scheduled, I think.
Today and tomorrow will be all right. Cutting through there, A.J. Angus. Angus fires and smothered by Sanabia Manriquez. He gets it out quickly. Storm Lake trying to turn it. Over there, Hernandez drops it back. Fans is cheering them on up on the, that one just about snuck through. Man, those back line guys are so tall for DCG. It's hard to dump it over them, isn't it?
And Storm Lake can possess it all they want here around midfield, but they get this ball to the box down here, and Dallas Center Crime's all over it. They know where it's going. They know where the runs are coming, and they stop it as soon as it enters the 18.
Dump back the other way. Storm Lake will get her back to the keeper. He boots it out. Knocked down by DCG. Here they come again. Good defense there. They take it away. That one's going to go out, though, to DCG on the far side. And Turnip Fuller gets by, keeps it alive down the sideline, and then cleared out of there over toward the concession stand by Javier Najera. And knocked away. Headed back down. Sent to the middle, taken away on the middle there by McDermott. McDermott sends it up to Fuller. He crosses it. and the keeper smothers it.
Great read, and he wants to turn it quickly. That's what they need to do.
Up through the middle. There goes Angus. Angus touches it ahead, and then there's going to be a tackle there.
And it looks like it's just going to be a free kick. They're just outside the box.
They're just outside the line there, yeah. So,
yeah, this run develops so quickly by Ben Jackson, and he just weaves his way through 3, 4, 5, and then it's the fifth one that ends up, taking him down. And it's just another great single-player performance by Ben Jackson, who's already got a hat trick in the first 12 minutes of this matchup.
And that's a real dangerous spot for the free kick here right now.
Yeah, this
for Storm Lake.
Storm Lake's got to be very careful.
They're talking it over there on the wall about what are we going to do.
Okay.
There's the whistle.
Okay.
Set up.
You got to keep track.
Oh, and over the top. Got a little too much under it.
Yeah, just over the crossbar there. It was a great look, and
took too much of a divot with the 9-iron there. And
yeah,
jerked it high. But
you're very familiar with that, aren't you, Dar?
Yeah. Yeah, when it comes to mishitting golf clubs, I'm pretty good.
Same boat there, Dar. We're two peas in a pod.
Yeah, if I could ever get it to the green, I'm not so bad putting, but that's...
Oh, there you go.
But when you take 6 strokes to get it to the green, then you're in trouble.
Well, yeah, and most people lose their strokes on the green, so you recover there well.
Battle for it. Here's DCG. Quick shot, and Enriquez is ready for that one. Had to come out and punch it, and it'll be a corner kick again.
Yeah, he was ready to get to it. I'm not sure he was so ready for the speed that shot came in.
As hard as it came.
Kozravi just put that on a line, and
yeah, because you're thinking maybe he tried to float it up in the corner, but he just line drived it outside.
That was a great adjustment by Enriquez in that.
Here's McDermott taking the corner again, the 8th corner of the match, 3rd of the half here for DCG. This one goes straight in there, still rattling around, and now Storm Lake clears it. But nobody back there. Now running in on it. Oh, that was almost trouble for DCG, and they're going to call.
Handball him.
Yeah, handball, and that was a little dangerous, too, getting up high like that.
Yeah, but Storm Lake almost had a breakaway. If that touch gets past the back line, it's tough for DCG to recover.
So let's see. Here's a big kick. Send it down the middle. Rolling in there now. Storm Lake heads it back. He needs to get a foot on it, turn it, but DCG right there. Ooh, blocks it back. Now trying to run it down. DCG smartly takes it outside. Now up. Oh, beautiful pass ahead to Fuller. Fuller on the run. Sends it into the middle and then cleared out of there by the defender. That was a good play by Ecker Gomez to clear that out, because that ball was laying right up in front of the net for a chance to have someone in black punch it in.
Yeah, Fuller had a great run up along the sideline there and just tried to play it back to the middle. Storm Lake had it covered up well. They read it.
Down the baseline there, leaves it back in, but cleared out then finally. And Hernandez trying to get it up the sideline, gets by one defender. Back into Fuller. Fuller cuts it back.
He's off.
And offside.
Yeah,
because Ravi was off.
Yeah, you could see him. He started his run coming backwards to try and curl around the defender and maybe sneak by. I think he realized at the last second that he was just kind of hanging around back there.
So here's Luis Martinez. And the Storm Lake crowd, you can hear it just kind of build. They're so aching for a goal right here.
Yeah.
But so far DCG is backed in there and they shut them down.
Yeah, since the first 10 minutes of this match, there's not been a whole lot to cheer for Storm Lake. And, yeah, you can just tell they're itching to get behind their guys.
headed back. Now across the half. Storm Lake rather takes it. Oh, take it away, McDermott. And goal.
That's the second goal for McDermott here today. And again, just another great hustle play. He chases after it. He gets past that second unit, and he's all alone. It's just him and the keeper at that point, and he beats him to the near post, and you can just see how tired Storm Lake's defense is trying to hang with a guy who's on a full sprint and in total control of the ball. Now, nothing better than to get, three of your top scoring seniors all on the scoreboard. Jackson had the hat trick. Tate McDermott now with 2 goals in the second half. Brogan Fuller tacked on the header off the cross, and DCG is just playing a complete match here in this quarterfinal.
Yeah, you can see where they're the number 2 seed.
Mm-hmm. And why they were pretty much expected early on this season to be here in Des Moines.
Yeah, when you look at some of the competition they're playing too, close loss to Dowling Catholic, to Johnston,
ADM's had a good year as well before losing to Cedar Rapids, Washington.
And they're one of the growing districts. People think maybe someday they'll be big enough to move up in that upper class too.
Absolutely. Well, they are in 4A in a number of sports, but not quite there in soccer yet. Yeah, it's just, it again just kind of highlights the growth of the metro Des Moines area. DCG maybe 10 years ago was probably still considered one of those outskirt towns, not Dallas Center, not necessarily a suburb, but as the metro has grown.
Yeah, and as people have gone west to Waukee to Grimes and Johnston to kind of get away from the inner core, it's grown out there.
Yeah.
And Ankeny, too, is
Ankeny's the same way. Yep. Yeah, because I remember 10, 12, 15 years ago, it was Waukee was about as further west as you could go in the metro, and now Dallas Center, Grimes, they're all kind of vying for that now.
Ball up, down in there, but the keeper's going to get to it before any white shirts get there. And talk with Roberto Martinez, he's an assistant for many years, but he was just excited to be here and be the head coach. He said, "Yeah, I've been with this program," and he's a young guy too. And in his 20s, he took over, on the assistant right out of school. So,
and this Storm Lake program has been a power in Northwest Iowa for a number of years. I mean, them and Spencer have kind of been the two jockeying for that state tournament berth out of that sub-state. And, Storm Lake would get it, Spencer would get it, and the Tornadoes, this just suggests how good this program is, that even with a 7-7 record, they're still able to get here down to Des Moines.
Battle down inside there, taken away by Storm Lake. Back out there, bumped up ahead by Jacob Hope, junior, who's in there now. Trying to clear it. Still moving it ahead. Javier Najera has been over here saying, "Hey, get it over here to the right side to me." Now they get it up through. Can he get to it? He's on the race, and
we are going to get a foul.
Yeah, I think there was a little pull from the outside guy. McDermott got to it, but I think there was a little tug inside. I think that might have been Jacob Hope.
That'd be safe to say that's probably the first mistake that DCG backline has made. I mean, obviously the goal, getting by the keeper is one thing, but
Hope's new in there off the bench. I think he panicked just a little bit, seeing that there was a race there.
Yep.
And when you're up by 5, you can kind of just let's see what they do here. Booms it over, right to the keeper. Was bended to the left, but not a bad strike, but right into the keeper. There, and then there's going to be a push called on DCG. And Storm Lake not backing off.
No.
They're still
you don't
keeping the nose in there and pushing.
You wouldn't think they're down 5 goals with their season about to end. That's for sure. It's still let's go. We want to see if we got anything in us.
Big boot by Luis Martinez. And that one headed out of there by McDermott. You got to get it high and over the top with McDermott and Fuller and those guys in there.
Yeah, there's so much height in that back line.
Slide it inside, kicked out of there by Storm Lake. And keeper sees that's going to go wide, lets it go back out for a goal kick.
Looks like Cedar Rapids Washington's out up 2-0 now in that other quarterfinal. So might be seeing the Warriors and Mustangs go at it.
That'll be on Friday at 1. The other side features number 1 seed Des Moines Hoover and Indianola, Norwalk, and Marion. And that bracket, the 4-5 seeds there.
Indianola, another kind of Cinderella story. This 3A bracket was blown wide open really early in the sub-state tournament because you had Spencer, the 7th-ranked team, lose in the sub-state semifinals. And then the number 1 team in the state, Lewis Central, lost their semifinal as well in PKs to Sioux City West. So this 3A bracket was pretty much blown wide open really early on in the postseason. It's anybody's state championship at this point.
And Hoover's been strong all season long. They played really well, just 2 losses.
Yeah, the Huskies have had an outstanding season, and I wouldn't be surprised if it'd be Hoover and DCG against one another. But I knew that Cedar Rapids battle was going to be a good one too, with 2 worthy teams.
Battling in there, trying to get to it, staying with it, and there's a foul going to be called. Javier Nahara. He kept working in there, and he got the foul call.
Right, and again, you don't get that by standing on your heels and waiting around twiddling your thumbs. You go after it, and Nahara makes something happen, gives Storm Lake an opportunity, set something up, see if they can get on the board again.
So it'll be Luis Martinez again to kick the free kick here. He's going to go short with it. And just slapped off at the last second by the keeper. Jaden Mendiaz.
Man, what a save.
Wow.
By Mendiaz. This shot got on frame. It was set up by the short drop here. And then this is just a cannon.
Yeah. And
he was a little too far out and adjusted well to just barely tap that over the crossbar.
He saw it was dropping, and he got the hand up and whisked it away.
That's a heck of a play by Mendiaz, who was, I think he would admit, caught out of position on that one.
First corner kick here of the second half for Storm Lake. Let's see if they can work a play and get this in. Straight across, headed back, and there's going to be a grab called inside, I think, on Storm Lake, so it's going to be a foul going back the other way for DCG.
Yeah, DCG player taken down, and seems to be all right.
Well, that'll result in a free kick for DCG. And just one of the few misreads we've seen here against DCG.
Yeah, and
moving the ball up the field.
And they'll work on that, I'm sure, tomorrow, and make sure their ball movement is crisp. Because when you get a 5-goal lead,
and then you get
take some liberties.
You get a few new players in there, and
So DCG will hammer those out. I know that for sure.
Of course, coaches are over there, and they're like, "Come on, guys! This is what we work on."
Yeah, coaches don't know what the score is.
Yeah, they never think about that. They're
Nope.
thinking a 5-point lead. Well, we better keep at it.
Exactly. Well, because they know, I mean, if they don't play a full 80 minutes come Friday against Cedar Rapids, Washington, barring a Xavier comeback, that, they're not going to be getting another opportunity for a state title. And DCG's never won one. They've been here a number of years, but that trophy has eluded them. They would love to change that here this season.
Taken by the keeper. It's going to be Enriquez. Storm Lake. Drop it back to the keeper again. He'll send it to the left side. On the run, trying to push it through. Still going. Has his man outside. Nahara looking to work through that defense. Now then take it away. Stepping in. Brock. He keeps it alive down the sideline, and then it goes out to Storm Lake.
I do like the hustle with which Storm Lake is still playing. It's, it's tough when you're down 5 goals, and you can tell the fatigue might be starting to set in a little bit, but that's not going to stop them from, playing hard and, proving that they still belong here at state. And obviously, getting 1 goal on the board against DCG suggests that they did belong here. They proved they're one of the top 8 teams in the state for a reason.
That is going to go out. And we'll have some substitutions here from both sides.
I like this too. Get some players some opportunity to play on this grass. It's not every year that you can get teams an opportunity. So
CC Pohl back in, looks like.
Looks like Carlos Garcia's back in. Storm Lake.
Jacob Pope. Headed back. Ahead, Hernandez. Back out. And for these DCG players too off the bench, they want to show, hey, because obviously you're fighting for position, getting a lineup, and
yeah. See if this leads to more playing time on Friday. I mean, that's what you got to do when you're out here, and when you think the minutes don't matter, when you think your coach doesn't care what happens on the pitch. That's when you need to be performing.
Get it back up.
Well, we have a Dallas Center Grimes player down on the other end.
Getting up slowly there. 11 minutes to go. Well, Storm Lake, 7th appearance. They were in 2006, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then had a 5-year stretch, and now back here in 2024. And 9 appearances for DCG. Neither team has won a championship. So,
and a lot of recent success for DCG too.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 of those 9 state tournament appearances happening here under Colin Lane, who took over there in 2018. And the success has just followed this program here over the last almost a decade or so.
And some of that, as we mentioned, the size as you grow, you get more athletes, more people to choose from, and
more interest in the sport of soccer. I mean, it's still a growing sport in Iowa.
Yeah, and two, you're looking at other sports and and where do I fit in? And you try something else out, and they're still at the level 2 where you can probably play multiple sports.
Right.
It gets harder as you get up in the higher classes.
I know many athletes who will do soccer and track or soccer and golf, let's say. You can make it work. It might be tricky, but at schools like this, it's still coaches want athletes. Yeah. So if you are competing in multiple different sports, even in the same season, they want you.
DCG on the run, and they'll sneak that one in there.
It's like Hudson Heidgergen.
Yep.
And that's a 7 spot for the Mustangs, who have now scored 7 goals in a match all throughout the postseason. As this run, I mean, the speed. We keep saying it, but Hudson Heidgergen just has the speed to burn and gets that step past the Storm Lake defender. And again, just creates a one-on-one scenario with the keeper. And with how big the goal is and with how good DCG is at finding the back of the net, it's next to impossible to shut down.
And we'll see Braxton Baker, a freshman, coming in here for DCG. And it looks like Oropeza coming back in for Storm Lake.
And officials calling some time here.
Is that?
I think they got.
And change of the keeper looks like.
Change of keeper. Yep. There we go.
Yeah, because you're supposed to.
It's got to be a different enough color, and that goalie jersey is not
so
different enough. So, new keeper in for Storm Lake.
I'm not sure who that
I think
is.
That's De Jesus Hernandez Rosas. I think. Jose.
He's their other keeper. He's a freshman on the roster.
Yep.
And there's another ball into the stands.
Yeah, and assuming, Jose is the future in net there for Storm Lake here the next few years, these will be very valuable minutes in net for a freshman too.
Sanabria Manriquez didn't do a bad job back there, but he had some tough balls to handle. He made quite a few good saves too.
Yeah, he was. I talked about it in a couple of those goals there. He's put in very unfavorable situations. Yeah. I would have been shocked if he saved half of those goals that came his way. They were just perfect. Gimme chances for DCG, and there's just not much you can do as a keeper at that point.
Now up the sideline, side D, trying to work it back to the middle to Oropeza. Storm Lake would like just to get one more goal here. Dumped ahead, on the run, and in.
Heidgergen once again.
Heidgergen gets the keeper out, and he gets his second goal.
Fresh off the bench. That's another. It's almost a carbon copy of the
first goal
of his last goal. I almost got to check with our replay crew. Did we load the last play? But no, we didn't. That is the exact same kind of deal. He's up that right side. He's got the step on the defender, and just proving how tough of a ball that is to stop. You bring in a second keeper, fresh off the bench, and he still can't make a play on that. It's just a really perfect opportunity.
There he comes again.
Yeah, he wants another. Yeah, this match isn't over. You got to keep playing through the final whistle.
Storm Lake trying to get some numbers up now. Kept that in.
Great save.
Yeah, right along the sideline. The whole ball has to go out. And that'll be Storm Lake ball.
And it looks like it will be DCG and Cedar Rapids, Washington in the next round. The Warriors finished the 2-0 win over Xavier on the other field, so that'll be a fun semifinal matchup Friday.
Number 3 against number 2, so going with the seeding.
I believe Wash was the 6th there, actually.
Were they?
Yeah, Xavier was the 3rd.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Xavier was the 3. You're right.
Yep.
So mild upset there.
Yeah, well, little upset. And I think Xavier had beaten Washington earlier in the year, too, so little revenge game.
In-town rivalry there,
absolutely, yeah.
That one pumped up high. Keeper will get it. Nothing else, too. You know, you get back down here and it shows you what level you need to be at to not just get here, but to advance in the game. And this 3A field is always tough.
There's I mean, a handful of seniors on this Storm Lake roster, but lots of great contributors from juniors and sophomores, and you know, obviously now seeing some underclassmen, freshmen, and sophomores and things like that. Now that the game might be a little out of hand, and playing against a Dallas Center Grimes can only make you better, and again show you what that level is that you need to attain, how to get there, maybe what things you can do to help out your program. Because you know one thing, Coach Martinez is watching this match and saying, you know, this is where I want my program to be in X amount of years, however many that is, and whatever needs to happen to do that. You know he's going to start that first day of the offseason. He might even get back to Storm Lake here tonight or tomorrow or something and say, I'm going to sit down and say, hey, here's what has to happen with this program for it to be as successful as possible in the next few years.
Yeah. You know, they can say, well, look, guys, we tied it up early on, and then, you know, they just kind of overwhelmed us a little bit with their speed and everything. So here's what we got to work on.
Yeah, and that's the important thing to remember too. This was a 1-1 match early on, and you know, Storm Lake proved that they could hang with them for a little bit, but you know, ultimately DCG's speed and their conditioning might just have been a little bit better here today. And
Oropeza had the ball away, but I think he got a little tug on a jersey in the middle there, so they blow the whistle and we'll come back the other way with it.
Still got to make those calls. There's still regulation. It's still just as officiated as the rest of the match.
DCG. Still working it, cutting back.
Nice take.
And it's in.
No,
did it go out?
Yeah,
no,
it went
outside the net. Okay.
Yeah, rippled the net though. It definitely looked like it.
The ball boys here are kind of in my way. I thought it.
Yeah, we were kind of shielded on that play, but just snuck behind the net. And you know, Hyde Gergen wanted that. That would have been a hat trick there late in this one.
Good deep kick. Headed back and right over here. I
heard the bleachers now.
Looked like it was going to hit right on our broadcast tent here, as you see the blue tent there. Hello.
Give a little wave. Yeah, there you go. The best part is there's still 3 more classes of games to come today. This is far from the last soccer on this pitch.
Approaching 3 minutes left to go here.
Got all the 2-7 matchups on this field, I believe. So, going to be some competitive games, I think, here all throughout the day. 2A is coming up next.
Yeah, 2A will have Glenwood and Davenport Assumption here. 1:30. Trying to make his way through there. Now we'll drop it back. And that'll go back to DCG.
And we'll get another corner here for the Mustangs.
Fourth of the half. Obviously, they've been in the attacking mode, so you get those corners.
Yeah, and still keeping the pedal down. I mean, that's the impressive part is Storm Lake hasn't given up, and DCG hasn't stopped trying either. They're not
Floating there, headed back, and just outside the box, off the header by Ben Pudenz.
Well, and hats off to Storm Lake. You know, they worked their way through their sub-state as the 3 seed, and of course you only have 5 teams in your sub-state bracket, so you know, they're picked as a middle-of-the-road team in their own region there.
On the attack, dump it outside. Headed back, trying to set it back toward the middle if they can get there. Nope, take it away by DCG. It's going to come out wide. Race for it. Storm Lake gets there. Now drop back there by CC Poe. 1 minute to play.
1 minute remains in regulation.
Not quite the excitement when you hit the 1 minute mark when you got a 7-goal lead, is there?
No, not quite, but hey, this, you know,
for
winding
the
down
seniors,
on
the final minute for the
absolutely
for the seniors in Storm Lake,
and you know, doing something they weren't expected to do. Get down here to state, and still so much to be proud of by this Tornado program.
High kick. Ooh, taken down. Nice job there.
Great recovery
by Jose Rojas. He almost called for the fair catch on that one.
Yeah, he got the hand up there. It was clean.
And final 10 seconds. Wind it down here.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
The final 8-1 here. We'll have the trophy presentation before we wrap it up here today. And just a quick recap, DCG got on the board early, about 4 minutes in, with Jackson got his first goal of the day for DCG. Ben Jackson, the senior. Then Oropeza paddled one through the hands of the keeper, and we're tied up 1-1 with about 6 minutes in. Then a minute or two later, Jackson got his second goal, then his third, about the 12 minutes in. And then in the second half, all DCG with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals there to round it out at 8-1. And DCG will advance to face Cedar Rapids, Washington. And DCG coming over, clapping for their fans who are turned out here. And good number, not a far drive.
No, not at all.
To the south side of Des Moines. And some dejected Storm Lake players, but when they sit down and get a chance to look back on this and say, hey, you know, and their fans also giving them a big hearty cheer.
Yeah, again, it's tough to look at in the moment, but when nobody, even in your region, gave you a chance to get to state, and I just heard a fan say the same thing.
Yeah.
You made us so proud. I mean, that's all you can ask for as a team.
Presenting the State Tournament Achievement Trophy from the Iowa High School Athletic Association is Mr. Andy Emtham. Please join in congratulating the players, coaches, and fans of the Tornadoes of Storm Lake for their fine season and making the state tournament. Mustangs, your semifinal game will be played at Drake Stadium this Friday, May 31st at 1 p.m.
All right, you get a trophy to take home. The final here, 8-1. Dallas Center Grimes, the number 2 seed, advances to play Friday. Thanks to Randy at the controls, Rachel on the camera, Dar Danielson here with Daniel Versteeg. That's going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching the Iowa High School Athletic Association's broadcast of the 2024 state tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.